Hello and welcome to Elite Series Tier 2. This is round number 8 in Austria. We're at the Red Bull Ring. Some, I was going to say fairly wet conditions. There's intermediate tyres on the cars at the moment. I'm not 100% certain on where this one is going to go in terms of the full session, but at the moment we're on some intermediates and looks like we're having a bit of trouble here. Some people anyway. We're on board with KD as he's just come out on his out lap. He's a few little moments on that lap so far, but oh, and a big save there through the last corner. I think we've got Antovalo in behind him, and then Anto's teammate Alex is about to start his lap as well. So unfortunately for KD, it's going to ruin his lap before he's even started it. But knowing this, the session will probably be drying out, and by the end of it, we'll probably have some slick tyre runs. Oh, a little bit twitchy there from Anto, but it always spices up the races. Obviously, a little bit of rain. Not so much in Canada, because Canada's a dead track and everyone just needs to know that it doesn't work. Oh, KD off again there. So yellow's out there for that incident. Be interesting to see which way the tyres go here, whether it is going to go to slick track or... It's a nice line there from Anto. This might not be a bad lap. 112.3. Izak comes across with the 112.2. We've got one of the Williams cars coming in. I think it's ACW into the pits, and then we've got Dre about to cross the line and finish his lap. He's going to go up in a P3 there, 12.9. Then I contrast, he comes up to P3 as well. So fairly close so far from what we've seen. Plev's coming through the last corner here. He's going to finish his lap as well. I think he might be on to challenge for top. He goes top there. And Shero just starting his lap now. So some more yellow flags. That's a Ferrari round. Who's that? That was Rhythms. So Axie as well here. Last corner. He's coming through now. Finishes his lap. He goes P4. Chich in P8. So this is Chich's. I think this is Chich's first run in Elite Tier 2. So good to see some new drivers out there. Can't remember if Roscoe's been racing in this or not. I know obviously we've had a lot of people move up into Tier 1. I'm not sure actually if these guys raced last week, unfortunately. With the time schedule and stuff, we didn't actually have any footage of the race or session. As we stand, 11.6 by Izak Kush, great lap there. It's had a fairly... In a lot of series that I've seen him do, particularly how he drove in F2 the other night, he's been very good. So a bit of a standout year for him here. Well, standout season, sorry. Axie up into P2 there. He beats Plebs by 1,000th. So there's a lot on the line here in terms of how close it's all going to be. Rhythms to finish his lap. He's on an improved lap. This might put him up. Oh, of course, well improved. And he goes up to P6 there. So good lap from Rhythms. Good to see him string something together there. It's fairly close, apart from Izat. That's a mega lap. He's just come across and done an 11.2. Jesus. This guy is a machine. So since I last commentated, we've definitely lost Pure Gold. We've lost Eternal Schnoz. Maybe someone else. Just watch ACW here. He hasn't set a lap yet and he's on a full flying lap. Shero into P4. No, that's a solid run by him as well. But yeah, very close. We've what, three tenths between 6 drivers there. Exactly 3 tenths, and then well, you can now say 3 tenths between 8 drivers basically. Although actually that's a lie because Axie's done 11.7. Ooh, big moment there for ACW, and dangerous stuff. Obviously with KD's car there off in the gravel. ACW with a great save. It looked like he was going to go careening off into that one. He's definitely not going to have the cleanest lap, but first time lap here, he comes across and he finishes P8 with that one. 12.3, not bad, only 3 tenths off third, and we definitely know that he'll be able to improve here. He's still just warming up into it. High contrast moves up into third. Rhythms, again, another good lap by him. 12.0. Bodhod on his outlap. So, like I said, good to see some obviously new drivers out there that I haven't seen driven before in this series. Yeah, good call there, Smeg. ACW's always got really good, mainly really good late race pace, but he's got really good race pace. Oh, that is... Wow. Was that Chichin Bodhod? Oh my. Now Bodhod's going to probably just get out of his car here and go change his underpants because... Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Alright. So Alex Patter there, obviously, same set, 5 laps. Just sit on board with him. No surprise I'm yawning. Wouldn't be Elite Tier 2 if I wasn't yawning during qualifying. I can't tell if it's getting... Plebs have moved up into P2 there. Oh, sorry, that's Ross. Oh, well, Plebs had, but he's been beaten by 1,000th again. Roscoe this time up into P2. Who's that coming through the last corner? That's Dre. He's about to start his lap now. Now, will KD get a hot lap in as well? You've seen him, he struggled a bit here with the conditions for this session. .8 first sector there from KD. Oh, and a big... Oh, he's lost the car there. So, not sure whether it's just his setup or whether he's kind of struggling with how this one's going. I feel like I didn't even click a button there, but it's changed to Bodhod, probably for the best. Got Dre just coming in to finish his lap now, so let's have a look at this one. He's on to improve here, and he's going to go up to P11. Is that again? Just starting his lap? It is. So let's go on a hot lap with Izzat. We'll go on board with him. As we've seen so far, look at that short shift early through that first corner, just to keep as much grip as possible. Locks the wheels, but Wojtinho has come in. He's supporting Axie tonight. I'll admit, so far this season, I've really been backing Axie. Like, first race and stuff, he came up and was just racing consistently and like nice. So I've enjoyed seeing him get some good results there. Is that on another flying lap? Will he get into those 1:10s? He's a 10th under his previous best time, and ACW's in P2 there. Not far off this pace either, so considering what we expected. So this is going to be 1:11.2. He's just improved, not by as much, so he lost a little bit in that last sector, but as we know, intermediate tyres, when you've come out on a fresh set, you can still like improve on that second lap and stuff, and obviously if you've got enough fuel, it's definitely worth it. So purple through the first sector there, another short shift there, but not much on the throttle. Bloodhod's just coming through, he's invalidated his lap unfortunately. So I think these conditions are catching a few people out here. We got just under 5 minutes now. Rain is still falling, so it doesn't look like it's going to dry out completely. 3,000ths up on his time, but we know this was where he didn't struggle, but he lost a little bit of time, so he still might be on for an improvement here. It's a bit cleaner. I don't think he's actually going to improve. No, he lost a fair chunk there. So we'll just jump down. We've got a Mercedes coming through here. That's high contrast. He's on a lap. Not far off his time at all if he can nail this last sector, which wasn't too bad through there. He might move up here. No, didn't move up, but he did improve his time just. Alright. Ferrari of, I think it might be Chich, who's just crossed the line. Yeah, it was. So he's on the lap as well. KD successfully navigates that corner there, where he has struggled so far. Lap seems fairly clean so far as well. Roscoe is also on a lap in front of him, I believe, so he's been pulling Roscoe in. This is the bit where he'd been losing it. Yep, okay, so Roscoe's rolled out. First man on softs is Mr. Bodhod. I mean, he hasn't set a lap yet, so he may as well go for it. It's not. I don't think it's going to happen. This is a very good lap from KD. I think this should put him nowhere. Puts him where he was. But, I mean, bank a lap in. And he's just run it too deep there. So, Izzat goes down to 11.1. With that one from its lap just before this one. So, ACW about to start his lap. Very clean through there. And he's up. Not the cleanest exit from the corner there. Obviously he had to just lift off a little bit. tight line, run it out wide as much as possible. Obviously in these conditions, he's trying to plant that throttle so early there, which obviously if you can get it clean, it can make you up some time. Bit of a tank slapper, he's just down on his own time here. But we're looking to improve in this last sector. He's really pushed it through there. This is a very good last sector. Oh, it's a very good last sector. He goes P3. Plebs has actually moved up into P2. Great lap from him. As Bodod going on this soft, no, he's rolled out straight away. But yeah, as I was saying, ACW, that's a cracky lap. He went way faster in that first, that last sector, but unfortunately, obviously, the rest of the lap just wasn't quite that quick. We got anyone that's pushing on a lap here. Plebs is going again, but tank slapper there, I think. That one might have thrown him off a little bit there. I'll just go back to Roscoe for a second. Let's see, he comes across the line. Doesn't improve there, just stays where he is. I think that's kind of all we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see anyone really move around. Plevs here coming through the last corner. He was down by a tenth. He stays. He did improve again in that last sector, but just not quite enough. He gets across the line though. He's got another lap here. Short shifting. Harry Tomato in P10 there, and he's retired the car. Hello Nova, how you going, mate? Thanks for joining us this evening. Yes, so Plebs isn't really gonna... Doesn't look like he's gonna improve there. Sheru here, he's down on his time as well. He's pushing very hard in this last sector. I think this is actually going to improve it. I think he's going to go close here. No, didn't improve it, but another good last sector. We've seen that all around. Big chitch there. Came across the line. P12. So actually qualifying there is that Kush takes pole position. Not by much though. We got two identical times in ACW and Roscoe on there, both 11.258s. At some very good running. So, as I said, is that Kush, and he's got the Mercedes of Plevs lining up beside him. Rhythms in P3. Great run for the Ferrari driver there. I think he'll be very happy with that one. ACW P4, he'll be looking to make the most of it in the race, and obviously if those conditions are a bit drier, he will certainly be one of the favourites. Roscoe Arm P5, he's got Antivalo beside him. The Mercedes of I Contrast lines up 7th. I think it was Sheru behind him, and then Axie. Overcast conditions at the moment, from what I can see. Doesn't look like there's any rain yet, but the way that it's very misty at behind the backside of the final corner, we might be getting a bit of weather here. If we make the session.
So, from what the strategy has told us, I think it's going to stay dry the whole time. Everyone should be, well, when I say everyone, it actually will be a bit different to that. You'll see tyres all over the place here. Plevs goes the soft option early with Sheru, Roscoe Arm, Sheru, and Harry Tomato joining in. The rest on the medium tyres. So Plevs obviously pushing for that early kind of break towards the front, and in the position that he's in, an early safety car would probably give him a good opportunity as well, considering these guys on the mediums would also probably have to join them on the softs, on the hard tyres, if that safety car is before lap 15. So here they are. It's an Alfa Romeo and Mercedes on the front row, followed by a Ferrari and a Williams. I know we've got some drivers towards the back that'll be wanting to prove their pace in some of the early races in this series. Obviously haven't had as much practice as the other guys. Here we go. Five red lights. And they're off. Looks like it's a great start from that McLaren of Sheru. He's gone, oh my goodness! Oh my word. Kind of saw that coming. He's just turned into the inside of Antivalo there, and unfortunately it's taken him, Axie, and Anta out of contention here. Bodhot, great start up to P9 now from the rear of the grid. Oh, bit of contact there between him and Big Chich and KD there. And KD won't be happy with that move from Chich either. Bit of blocking there. But yeah, big crash to start things off there. Obviously that puts things in perspective for a lot of drivers, especially Sherry. He was on the soft tyres there, so unfortunately for those that were on the mediums, I say it's not going to help, but so Izzat trying to stretch a margin here. He's got a great start considering he's on those medium tyres. Bodod picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings already. As we enter what is called lap 3. You'd think they'd fix this by now, but they haven't. Sector 1 yellow flags, that's the Ferrari of Big Chich around. So a bit of contact, I'm guessing, between him, maybe Bodhod, or Alex Pato. Let's go back up to this front group here. So the front two have pulled away big time now. Plev's trying to put his foot down with those soft tyres and use them while they are useful. Obviously he's going to want to jump Izzat as soon as possible. Just in case. But I'm sure a few guys here are growing a little bit frustrated being caught up behind rhythms. It's a great run from Bodhod there on the mediums. He's in P8. Like I said, obviously the conditions are a huge factor here. We know Bodhod's got that penalty as well, but back at the front now, we've got Plevs all over the rear of Izzat, 0.5 seconds behind as they exit the first corner. I thought there was a massive spider on the camera then, but still no DRS. Am I wrong? Am I right? No, we do have DRS. So we'll probably see a move here from Plevs. He's going to switch to the inside. I don't think you'll see too much fight from Izzat. Not necessarily as in how he chose it, but just with those tyres. It's the way it's going to go. So Plevs looking to push ahead here. as much as possible. Yeah, sorry, Darren. Yeah, I guess so. But also at the same time, obviously the safety car will help him, but he's effectively running the same your normal strategy, those soft to medium or soft to hards with an extra lap in it, and that's Rhythm's retiring. He's retired in the pit lane. Shame for him because he started so well. After a good qualifying session as well. We've got a few movers there. P5, you've got Dre and Harry Tomato going side by side. What did happen to Rhythms? I missed that. These guys still going side by side. Great move around the outside from Harry Tomato. He is on those softs, so using them to full advantage. So AC, oh yeah, that's right. He was holding them up a little bit there. So ACW in third. Was there a bit of an incident between them? Sorry, was anyone watching that? If you were and you saw what happened on the mini map or on the on the thing, just let me know. I completely missed it. I was too busy trying to read a comment. So yeah, those three that did pit. Wait, no, Sherrod didn't pit after all of that. He's back up to 9th after the incident. Right. He's not far off this group either. That's I dare say that's impressive, but considering what happened, like I can't vouch for him on that one. But I mean, he's still going to make the most of what's left of this race, whether he picks up a penalty or not for what went down there. Yeah, and that's what I was going to say, Darren. I was going to say, obviously Anto on the softs, Axie on the hards, and I thought that Sherry went the mediums, but I was looking at Big Chich and realised that Sherry did stay out. So we'll see how this one goes here. Differing strategies now across the board. Axie's probably not going to want the safety car. He's going to want to stretch those hards. Well, he won't want the safety car just yet. He might want the safety car once everyone else is pitted. That'll be prime time for him, just so he can sort of be up there. But I mean, a safety car for him would work no matter what the situation is, I guess. 19.4 off Chich now. So is that making a comeback here on Plebs? Obviously, being able to stick in DRS makes anything possible. So it's one of those tracks where as long as you can stay in DRS and have the tyres at the end of the race, as some of us find out the hard way. Not naming names. Me. Bodod picks up his second penalty. Still in P6, P7 there, sorry. And not too far off. He's in the middle of that pack that's fighting from, what, 10th to, I guess you could say 4th, maybe 5th. I mean, 4th, maybe 3rd. Although ACW has gotten away a little bit. So we'll try and keep an eye on that group and how things go there. But there's already more action and more overtaking than what happened in Canada, so there's a good chance I won't fall asleep this time. I think we're getting to the point where is actually going to be faster on those medium tyres than Plevs. I think the softs kind of hit that point where they're not dead, but they're just not at a prime kind of grip level. So they work, but you just really don't get the most out of them. That kind of comes in those first few laps. And obviously they can last anywhere between about 10 to 14, 15 laps. Maybe more if you really want to try it. But he's really all over him here. I think he will probably make a move pretty soon. Yeah, Sherry's just lost out of DRS there. And who was the other soft runner? It was Harry Tomato. He's lost out. So he's kind of back in that pack into each other there. There's a few medium runners. We've got to just crash out of the first corner there. Roscoe, guessing he's gone a little bit too wide and then lost the rear. Coming up over the cresty kind of bit. And then just a little bit of curve and spun. So it's a shame for him, but plenty of time in this race to go. Any of these runners that are still in still has a chance at good points here, because off a safety car here, it's a track where a lot of strategies can, obviously softs can last a long time, like a lot of laps, compared to some other tracks on the calendar. So just be prepared. Oh, that might have been a warning there for his. I'm not sure. Nothing's come up, so he definitely doesn't have enough for penalties. But we'll go back here just to this next group, and I'll probably miss the overtake for the lead. That's Roscoe again. He's around at the second last corner. Into the pits he comes. He's going to chuck the hards on him. Maybe try and go to the end of the race, I'd say. Unless he wants to two-stop just to end that one. He's got a 5-second speeding and pit lane penalty. Shame for Roscoe. I hope that he keeps going on here, though. Don't want him to... Cars coming out of the pits, that's a good sign. Obviously, if a safety car happens, you can get that one removed fairly easily. So yeah, Roscoe onto the hards now. Seeing if he can go to the end of the race or as long as possible, depending on the race circumstances. The other group is still very close. ACW's not quite got the pace to catch is that. Obviously he's doing it without the help of DRS or anything, whereas is just sitting in Plev's DRS. And it's just one thing that works. Obviously, if you can get your own either a little DRS train or, you know, just consistently be putting laps in where you're not messing about and having DRS, it's enough to not have to drive overly out of your skin there. So KD's made a move on Sherrow up into P9. Plevs with big lock up in that corner just prior to this. But obviously different strategies between these two as well. So Plevs, there's going to be no chance of obviously, you know, blocking an undercut or blocking a, you know, pit at the same time. So he's just going to have to hold it. Probably stay out as long as possible here until he drops the position at this point, because the longer he can stay out, obviously, he can take those mediums. See, and here you go. And he's just going to slot in behind which is probably the wise decision there. Dre up into P5 now. He's past the Harry Tomato. It looked like Bodod was going to have a move there, but he didn't quite get it. I do like this camera again. Anyone with the fire helicopter shot is a nice camera. Obviously, don't hit the sound, but you get a good view of it all. So now we'll see just how much those softs have hung on. It's up to 7/10, so Harry Tomato and Bodhod side by side. This is going to be dangerous. He's trying the same move he did before. They leave enough space for each other there. And again, great racing from the two of them. And Bodhod, with that, is probably going to get this move done. Great racing from the two of them. So not quite enough done there from Izzat to pull away. Pleb's locked in the DRS now, 13 laps into this one. Few mini gaps forming between third, fourth, fifth, and now to sixth where Bodhod is. So Harry Tomato's dropped behind Alex Pato as well there. How much longer are these soft runs going to push those tyres? Because Plebs are still hanging in DRS here, which is really, really helping him. As long as you're in that DRS, like I said, that not only does it help, obviously these, obviously he's close to Izzat in terms of once Izzat's on quick tyres, he's gonna, be able to pull it in. But it's helping him pull away from ACW and not giving him a chance or anything. So Alex has made a move on Bodhod as well. We'll watch that battle just on the minimap. I think if Alex has got the DRS, which I don't think he did, but just enough to hang on to that one. Something tells me we might see Plebs in next lap. Just losing DRS here. He might have held on. Yeah, he did hang on to it. So here we go. Lap 15. It's where they're meant to be coming into the pits on that soft strategy. Go to the medium tyres. None of our soft runners actually gone to the hards apart from those obviously that have had spins. So they're all fairly confident that they can get to the end on those mediums, which is fair enough. Oh, you're right, actually, Sheru has gone onto the mediums. And he's got a fair bit of clean air there in front of him, which is gonna work out well for him. Obviously, he was stuck around that KD kind of battle there at the back of that train, and the undercut might work out. Here comes Plebs now into the pits. Really pushed that one hard into the pits. Let's just see Harry Tomato. He's going to join him in the pits there. He's also slowing off in the pits. Good job there. And we should see Anto come into the pits probably next lap, I'd say. But, so Plebs come out P8. No traffic or anything. He's 3 seconds behind KD. So probably a lap and a half before he pulls it in on KD. Should have DRS some point next lap, I'd say. And obviously this push is gonna it should put him out in first, so Izzat will have to get it done on track again by the time he goes to the softs. With no DRS out there as well, obviously he's not going to be able to take it as easy. He's going to have to push to keep up. Look how much quicker these fresh mediums are. Without DRS, he's pulled him in half a second from that corner to the end of the straight. And now he'll hope for the DRS, but he'll also hope that KD doesn't lose him too much time here. Plevs to the inside, KD not overly trying to fight it, just to stay close. He should. Yeah, he did have the DRS there, so he needs to try and get back into this fight. Harry Tomato did come into the pits last lap, and he's made progress. P10 there, 7.8 off Chich, and about 9.5 off Plevs. So ideally these guys should come in like 20, 21, somewhere around that. Maybe 21 just because obviously the longer the other people stay out and block plebs, the better for your race leader. So Anto finally made his pit stop there. He'll go onto those mediums, surely. He's gone on to another set of softs, I think. Those tyres are going to be very touch and go at the end of the race. He started on the mediums? Yeah, he started on the mediums, didn't he? I suppose that's why Axie went to the things as well. So ACW into the pits now as well. First the medium runners from that front group that's come in. He's onto the softs as well. So how far out behind Plevs is he going to be once we actually get the timing up here? 7, 8, nearly 8 seconds. So that should put Plevs in the lead by about 2.6 seconds. Your leader's in, so Isaac Kush, I actually want to get on board here as soon as possible. Just to see, obviously I believe he should lose the lead here, still probably by a good chunk as well. But, what are we going to see here? ACW is 5 seconds behind. So is that only 2.2 behind Plebs? Definitely nowhere near as bad as I thought. Thing is, he's going to have that early pace to get in DRS, which is what he needed. It's the late pace that might make him struggle a little bit, not too much, because Plebs tyres are 4 laps older. Gap already down to 1.2. Well in DRS here. Fastest lap actually in from high contrast. ACW's pulled these guys in. Is that trying to go around the outside? He's going to hang on to that and have DRS. That's an excellent move from Izzat. If Klebs isn't careful, he might lose out here. I think he will. I think he's going to lose out to DRS. It's nearly going to be a second before they get to the end of the... It is a second. It's over a second before they get to the end of the second sector. So, huge spanner in the works there. Is that getting through so early? And what's this mean for ACW as well? Bottled in P6 on those softs as well. Could and should be on for driver of the day. A 2.1 second gap now. That's pretty extreme at this point. Yeah, I expected, obviously I still expect Plebs to be quicker in those last 5 laps. But I think the gap's going to be too big, to be honest. Izza is monstering this car around. He's only been on those tyres for 3, nearly 4 laps now. And it's out to 2.5, so he's still got another like 3 or so laps before they start to drop to what would be level playing field if they were on the same lap old tyres. But the issue is those mediums are 4 or 5 laps older than what the softs are. So he might struggle. Bod on another time penalty, unfortunately for him. He's really going to throw away a good result there, just with penalties. But Gap's now 3.1, and for some reason I just don't see it changing. ACW is going to be the one that's trying to put up a fight. Yeah, you're not wrong. Those softs, obviously people that can push and preserve the tyres enough should get those tyres to what, 15 laps or whatever they're meant to. But in saying so, you do risk a puncture because I'll admit that I have lost a fair bit of tyre at the end of the races, including a puncture around here, and that was only, I think that was only from like lap 13 or something, so it's another 2 laps. 3.9 up to 4. So at this point, I think it's a walk in the park for Izza. I don't see him losing that much. I know he's pushing hard, but mega race. Can't say anything wrong so far for this man. KD with a 3-second penalty there. So 9.5 laps left of this race. Another spin at the first corner from Roscoe in that Red Bull. That's a shame for him. Still going on in this race. Still not lapped either. 16 lap old hards. Shouldn't be anywhere near dead, but they're not going to be feeling brilliant. Hards really don't feel super awesome around here as it is early on, so considering it was 16 laps on them, it'd be a bit hard to push. ACW within 2 seconds. I contrasted actually within 2 seconds of him too, so pretty good from both those guys. Apparently, according to the game, Axie's just dropped the lap down when he hasn't been lapped yet. Can't remember if I said it was 4.4 or not. If so, then it's still around the same, but if it was 4.7 that I said, the gap is closing in. Well, it's almost out for 4.9. It's out to 4.9 now. 1.7 between ACW and plebs and die contrast. What do these softs got in them compared to those mediums? Will they get into the DRS before they drop off? And the yellow flag there, that's Roscoe again, unfortunately. I think. So 4.8, steady. This is where the softs are clearly dropping off now. They're not as quick as they were in terms of difference between the tyres. It's becoming more level here. So when these tides turn eventually, obviously I think you'll see plebs probably close it up. Not enough.